not a student to her instructors, but a peer. It's a very special time for a nurse. We'll begin by having our invocation. If I can have Claudia come up.
Welcome all. I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who came tonight to support us on this huge accomplishment of not only mine, but also my fellow classmates. This was a long time coming for us. Through all the endless nights of studying, the tears cried, the prayers, we can finally say that we made it. We have always been told that nursing school is challenging and will take not only motivation and dedication, but true passion. I am proud to say that I know every one of us graduating here today has a true passion for the nursing field. The amount of faith I have in all of these women sitting alongside me today and the lives we will change within our careers is undeniable. Some of the friendships we have made throughout this program I know will last a lifetime, and I'm so proud to call these ladies not only my classmates, but future possible colleagues. I would like to end this off by reciting a scripture that I reminded myself of every day throughout this program, so I feel as if it would only be right to recite it one more time on this stage. Let this serve as a reminder to all of us in this room today who need just a few words of motivation. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Miss Amber Barnes is going to come up and she's going to do the class address.
Well, I'll start by saying that it's truly an honor to have been chosen by my class to deliver this speech. For those of you who don't know me, I am Amber, one of the outspoken ones of the bunch. I'll just begin by saying that I'm surprised that the front part of Sue's little loafers aren't worn down because this January 2024 cohort definitely kept her on her toes. But throughout this journey, we have laughed together, cried together, overcome some obstacles, went through many trials and tribulations, but what we didn't do was give up. It's been said that while in nursing school, anything and everything that can go wrong in your life does. I'd say that that's an understatement. Aside from all of our individual and personal issues we've dealt with, we've also dealt with being broke, busted, and disgusted as a unit this year. So, along this journey, some of us have actually developed genuine friendships that will hopefully continue beyond nursing school. Now, I'm going to briefly take a moment just to reflect on some of our more memorable things that have transpired throughout this year. I'll start with term one. If you know, you know. It really left its mark. It was definitely an unforgettable 16 weeks from having meetings about concealed to carry, people popping gum during all of our tests, some of the students racing the buses. It was a lot going on that term. Then we went to term 2 and 3, where we did our OB clinical rotation, where we seen a few babies born. We did our mental health rotation at Touche, where we learned about mental health at its finest and worst. And this was also the rotation where we were able to take Sue to the truck stop for lunch and show her some of the finer things in life, like gambling in the gas station. Terms 3 and 4, we had a lot of potlucks, and we were introduced to the firehouse funeral potatoes that we had never heard of before. So, while this entire year has been one for the books, the universe couldn't have chosen a better group of people for me to ride this roller coaster with. So today, I just want to say congratulations to all of my fellow classmates, and I wish you much success on your future nursing endeavors. And always remember that if we can survive Beck, we basically can survive anything.
So now it's my turn. So I got to spend a lot of time with this class. It's no Uh, it's a known issue. There's a nursing shortage. There's also a nursing faculty shortage. So there were several times that I was called on to go ahead and teach a couple of the classes. So I think we had 2 semesters where I taught several classes, and then 3 semesters of clinicals that I did with this group. So I feel like I got to know all of you really well. I told them they were going to get sick of me, and I'm pretty sure they did. So, 3 words really kind of come to my mind when I think about this class. When I think about it, I think about change, I think about commitment, and I think about challenge. So after the 2023 change in the school's director of nursing, where Holly Sapinski retired, and then I was hired, they had a change in leadership there. And so this is actually my first class that I have been a part of from start to finish. And a very memorable group they are. After another change is this is our last clock hour class that we have that's going to be graduating from Beck. We've now changed to a credit hour program. We also had changes in instructors. We stabilized some of our instructors and added more, and I think they were very much welcome additions that had come on board. We had a change in class size. Initially, this class was a combined total of more than 30 students. And then after the first semester, as Amber put it, you had to be there to really appreciate it. We actually went down to a class size of 10. It's amazing what an A&P final can do to wipe out. But these 10 are absolutely rock-solid students. Returning students were welcomed in the second and third term, combining with the original members, and this also changed the dynamic of the class, and the class size increased to 17. So let's talk about commitment. This class has been so committed to each other. It shined through when they got down to 10 so brightly. How they were there for each other, how they were in a pact that they were going to make it together to the end. They came up with their motto early on: we ride together, we die together. I believe this is an adequate way to express their commitment to each other. They were committed to stay on the path to finish what they started together by finishing the program. They studied together. They shared study material. They celebrated with each other. You've heard about the famous potlucks, and then there was also a baby shower too. It's not unusual to see a group in a class do this, but to see a whole class come together. Every one of them, such different individuals, but with such a shared love of their needed goal. Such a shared drive to do what they needed to do. It was a really very special and unique experience for me. As time continued, there was difficult term 3, where I kept saying it's all going to come together. It's all going to come together. Boy, I wish I had $1 for every time I got one of those looks that said, "You are out of your mind," or "Are you kidding me?" which was fairly frequently when we were going through med-surg and peds. I promised them that it would start making sense, and I think they were committed to proving me wrong initially, but then 4th term rolled around, and it did make sense. And watching them start thinking like nurses, putting things together, talking like nurses, was something that is a sight to behold when you see that transformation. And every one of them had that transformation. So the next word is challenge. The class accepted the challenge to become a nurse in an accelerated 11-month program. And they did it with care, and they did it with charisma. They did it with individuality and a combined identity also as the January class of 24. In closing, I challenged myself to find a few words about how I see each of them. So here we go. Thelma, such an incredibly generous heart. Amelia, always the one willing to ask the question no one else would ask, including learning about venison. Amber, with her humor, who could take a room from complete silence when I was lecturing to absolute laughter where people were falling out of their chairs. Tamika, with her huge supply of determination and resilience that she showed. Chantel, an inner strength few can match. Julia. Julia was my TikTok watcher who challenged me to explain what she was seeing on TikTok quite often. I think you lost that maybe term 3. And she didn't need me to explain it because she understood it. Russell, who is not with us today. He was deemed when we were in the mental health rotation to be the giant of old. Russell is about 6'4", 6'5". He has a white beard, and so one of the patients said, "You must be the giant of old. Please give me your wisdom." He would frequently come up to me and say, "I'm running out of wisdom." I said, "How about take your medicine? Follow up with your doctor." But Russell also had a very sharing heart. He probably takes the most detailed notes and is so organized, and he would share that with all of the students. Tanisha, whose smile can light up a room. Kayla, who provided more laughs at clinicals, particularly when we were at Touche, because she knows everyone. And most of them are relatives, as I found out, second row. But also, when they talked about the truck stop, she knew somebody at the truck stop when we went to go eat. So. Shanaira. Shanaira could always be counted on to be standing up for what is right and what she knew should be happening. Raven, who when the road got bumpy, was willing to do the work to make sure it got smoothed out. Brittany, who showed such strength and perseverance as she traveled originally with a group of people that she knew, and then became the person who went on in the program and found her friends again. Katrina. Katrina saved my bacon more than once when I was lecturing with her great knowledge of OB and GYN. And she did it with such grace without calling me out because I didn't know. I don't birth babies. I don't want to know anything about it. Cody, who is behind the scenes as a cheerleader, making sure this journey had good times along the way. And then Claudia, whose love of older people shines through so brightly. This is the class of January 2024. I know and respect them as my soon-to-be colleagues. Thank you. I'd like to invite any nurses, LPNs, RNs, retired, still working, to also stand up with the you guys, tie it up. To stand up, and we're going to recite the Nightingale Pledge. And so, Cody, would you step forward to lead us, please? Jalen's family would like to stand up for this.
I pledge myself here in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession in integrity. I endeavor to maintain and elevate a standard of nursing, both as a science as an art. I wholeheartedly recognize the importance of high standards of care and of personal accountability. I devote myself to the healing, protection, and welfare of those committed to my care. I accept a duty to work for the improvement of health in the communities in which I live and work. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to keep and respect the privacy of medical information. I will act with compassion in ethical matters. I will not knowingly administer or consume any harmful substance. I commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning. I fully acknowledge the seriousness of the responsibility that I accept in my calling and the significance of this pledge I take today.
Next, we have the Jalen Jordan Award. This is a Jalen Jordan Memorial Award. This award is designed to honor students who overcame hardships above and beyond what we typically experience as Jalen did. Maybe the students who come sometimes are homeless and still found a way to attend nursing school, or suffered a loss and still finished in spite of their grief. Perhaps they are a loved one faced serious illness, as Jalen did. And yet, they were able to attend school and maintain passing grades. Jalen, when he attended Beck, was this person. And so Jalen was always, when he arrived, he was very encouraging to the others. He had a smile on his face. He loved the fact that he was attending nursing school and that, he was going to be able to achieve his dream. Unfortunately, after graduation, Jalen did pass away before he was able to take his boards and achieve his role as a nurse. His family, in a way to honor Jalen's memory, because I really feel like Jalen is almost a guardian angel at Beck, worked with Holly and came up with the award. It really goes to the point that Jalen was one in a million. He was a very respected student at Beck. Despite the many health challenges he had and faced every day, he did graduate. And that was in the July 2021 class. The short time he was at Beck made quite an impact on many people. His kindness, hard work, and dignity will never be forgotten. This award is not given lightly. Nominations come from the students themselves. And not every student knows every other student's story. So it is, oftentimes, it's hard to have them make the nominations because they know that a lot of times people wanted this to be kept private. Here tonight, we are so pleased that we have his family here to provide the recipient of the award with their gift. So I'd like to have the Jalen Jordan family come forward.
This little guy is my honorary grandson, and his name is Jalen. So he is here with us tonight to present this award. He has no idea what's going on, by the way. So the 2024 award goes to
I've asked the family to stay up here for a moment. We actually have something for them, if Lisa would come forward. This is the beautiful plaque that we have on display at Beck. It's in the nursing classroom area so that the students can see it every day. So as you can see, 1 in a million is a great way to describe Jalen. And so when we felt like it's kind of unusual that, we have this award and, what does the family have? And so, Lisa. This was her brainchild to help do.
Thank you so much.
It's such inspiration for our students to see. We talk about Jalen during orientation with the new students. We talk about Jalen throughout the year, so we felt like we wanted another connect with the family through this.
So real quick, a lot of the students know that I lost. I think they can hear me. So my son graduated from machining, and when I first came to Beck, I had learned about it. And from one mom to another. My son's machining class made this for Jalen.
This may be the most tearful graduation we've ever had. We have several recognition now and special awards. So if I could please have Raven Gruder, Jesselyn Hobeck, Cody Sheridan, and Thelma Huffman, please stand. These students are the recipients of the Roosterberg Scholarship Award, and they have committed to doing their nursing practice after the graduation and licensure in Randolph and Monroe County, which is the county the school resides in, and working with the elderly. So that is part of the Roosterberg scholarship. It was money donated by Mr. and Mrs. Roosterberg, and they recognized as they got older that the people who made their life so much better were the CNAs and the nurses that took care of them. And so it is one of our honors to be able to continue that legacy for them. Thank you. And then we have a student who we need to honor as our honor recognition. So if Kanisha Bean could please stand up. It's always a feat for any of the students to really do well with their grades because they have to balance so much. Most of these students are, they're moms, they have jobs, they're doing school. And so we wanted to recognize Kanisha because Kanisha was on the honor roll on the first term, and then she was on high honors for the second, third, and fourth terms. And the last award that we have before we do the presentation, the pinning, and the handing out of the diplomas is the Director's Award. So the Director's Award goes to a student after I talk to faculty, our administrator, our support staff, and then kind of gather some information on a student. Student could be really good with their grades. The student may not be good with their grades, but it's really what they bring and how they help the other students, in my view, as the director, because you don't get through nursing school as a standalone. You definitely have to have a support system. And so our Director's Award for this class will be going to Julia Warner. All right, we're going to get ready for our pinning now and our diplomas. All right, the first person that we're going to pin, and the students select which one of the instructors they would like to pin them. Somebody who helped them along the way, made a difference, somebody who they really connected to. So there'll be a variety of people who will do the pinning. All right, first up is Amber Alicia Barnes. So Amber was also on the honor roll for the 3rd and 4th terms. Kenesha Bean. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to announce the next name, even though he could not be here. Our lone male. I'm really trying to get more males into nursing. I'm not doing well, but I do want to announce Russell Allen Black. And next we have Chantel R. Brown. Tamika Nicole Campbell. And Tamika was on the honor roll in the 3rd term. Kayla Lachey Davis. Kayla was on Kayla was on the honor roll the second, third, and fourth terms. I told you the family was big. Shanira Debris Griffin. Raven B. Gruder. As I said earlier, Raven was a recipient of the Roosterberg Scholarship. She also is a recipient of the Chester Memorial Hospital Auxiliary Scholarship. Jesselyn Hobeck. Jesselyn was on the honor roll in the second, third, and fourth terms. Next, we have Thelma Jane Huffman. And Thelma, as you saw before, was also a Roosterberg Scholarship. Brittany Lawrence. Katrina L. Smith. We'll dance. Katrina was on the honor roll for the second and third terms. Amelia Polk. I'll announce. Amelia was on the honor roll, second term. Cody Lynn Sheridan. Julia D. Warner. And I believe I forgot when Jesselyn Hobeck was up to state that she was the Roosterberg Scholarship also. Claudia B. Vilches. At this time, I'd like to invite Raven up so that she can do our benediction.
Today, we stand together in front of our friends, family, and future colleagues, not only as graduates, but also as the next generation of compassionate caregivers. We've poured our everything into learning and training, and now we step forward to serve with empathy and dedication. As we leave Beck, let's remember the lessons we have learned and the friendships we have made, those lessons and relationships that have helped to shape us thus far. Remember to embrace the challenges that lie ahead, for they will lead you to become the exceptional nurse you are destined to be. Every patient you encounter is an opportunity to make a meaningful difference, and every difference you make changes the world. Stand proud in your accomplishments and take your further instruction with grace. I am proud to stand with you now and move forward in our careers as nurses. I wish you all the best and can't wait to see where our futures take us. Congratulations, fellow nurses.
So it is my privilege and honor to say that these students have met all the requirements necessary to complete their practical nursing education, and they are now ready to go take their boards and be out in the world. At this point, we usually do a recessional, but all the students get mobbed by all their loved ones. So come hug your student, people.